What's up, y'all? It's Majul Day here. Today is the 13th of May. It is 9 o'clock p.m. Alright, let's see. Update from yesterday. Um, After that awesome smoothie, I went out to my nieces and nephew and cousin came over from California. Um, One had just flew in um, from overseas, and we went to this like Asian Buddhist vegan restaurant that didn't use MSG for once. I was super grateful. I've been there a while back and had something and decided to have the same dish for lunch, and everything went well. And then dinner time came around, and we had jumped to a different restaurant. Um, and this restaurant, I asked them if they had MSG, and they did. They said that same thing. They were like, "Oh yeah, we have MSG, but we won't put it in your plate." And the last time I went to a Thai restaurant, I don't know if I said it in one of my videos, but I totally had a nosebleed after they told me the same thing. Now that memories in the back of my head. I just can't deal with it anymore, so I decided not to eat there. I told the family that I was just gonna go grab something to eat and come right back and bring it right back. And I was grateful for them not saying anything. I was allowed to actually bring some food from another restaurant over there and continue enjoying the evening with them. Um, Hold on a second. Woo! That's grody. I forgot to mention the last few days, I was working on a register, checking people out at the local market here, and this girl came by to do some cleaning of the registers that didn't um, particularly, had a whole lot of cleaning experience. I don't really blame it on the experience. I just blame it on the gunk that she was working with, the chemicals that was flying everywhere, the she was using a duster to spray. There's like a can of air to spray dust out of the registers, but it came into the air, and I was right behind it. I was breathing it in, um, so I'm a little congested from that. Um, and in addition to that, I've been working with kids, and I had this one baby last weekend, um, around the same time actually. Had her in my hand, and I was just like, holding her, and she was just like crying all the time. She was like had this yellow film coming out of her nose. No, that's a good sign of a baby being sick. So I was dealing with her the whole time. Probably held her probably like I want to say 15 good straight minutes, because she kept crying. She was just like stressed out, didn't want to be there. So I had to comfort her, and I finally got it in, comfort her, and chilled her out, and noticed after the fact that I had that whole cleaning experience right behind me at the registers. That night started having these weird drippage, and I thought it was just condensation from riding my bike to work all the time, but I'm not quite sure that exactly that's it, because the day after I started filming some more, like there was more fluid coming out of my nose, and then it kind of got rock hard and solid, and I was like, oh man, it might be going away. And then that same very day, yesterday actually, I had this weird thing in my throat. It was like a dry space, if you will, and it was really just harsh, hard to like try not to cough, but it coughed anyways. Um, I actually called off of work today because of it, and I was resting all morning. I got in a really good smoothie this morning, and then the fam actually wanted me to go out, and so I was like, I'm not gonna do anything drastic, just hang around. They were like, yeah, we're gonna go to this cavern and check out all the caves and stuff and all the stalactites that are coming down it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna walk around with you guys. And Yeah, it was pretty crazy. The fresh air was good. I admit that. But I was still feeling like just like sluggish, when you're sick, just like didn't want to be there. And then my problem is whenever I'm sick, I always make bad decisions. So they had fudge, uh, and I kind of had a couple pieces of that. It probably spiked my insulin a little bit. But luckily for me, for lunch, for dinner last night, I had that dinner and I decided to, go to the other restaurant to pick up two extra portions. I finished that portion that night for dinner and then I had an extra portion for lunch today, and that totally saved me because I was so hungry. And we went to this restaurant and they gave me the same response. Oh, we have MSG, but we won't put it in your food. And I was like, oh no, this is happening all over again. Can't do it. So I went ahead and had coconut water. This time I asked him, I was like, hey, you add sugar in your coconut water? And he goes, no, it's that stuff over there in that jar. And I was like, oh, okay. He must know what he's talking about, right? And so I didn't bother looking at the jar. Ordered two while everyone ordered food and ate. I was sipping on the coconut. And then I felt like a weird taste in my mouth. It's like, I know what coconut water tastes like. I know what live coconut water tastes like, fresh out the coconut. I used to sell those coconuts all the time at the organic supermarket where I used to work at in Colorado. And so, bright green coconuts, you cut them in, they're still white. Juice is like flowing pink and beautiful. The meat's nice, soft, tender, not too tough. But it didn't taste like that. And so I figured it out. I was like, you know what? There might be something in here. I walked over to the cooler. Guess what I found? Coconut water, sugar. I'm just like, what? So I put it down. I sacrificed half of the cup that was left. So I just didn't take it in anymore because I know that sugar is gonna bug me. But later on, like I said, I did have that a little bit of fudge, um, and I had some bread that was from that sandwich place, but it was just the bread alone, none of the fried tofu, any of that stuff. I put some potato chips in there. That's actually pretty bad for me too. So I'm kind of high in fat right now, carved out. It might be, like I said, the reason why I stopped that because I felt heavy in my stomach, the sandwiches, and so there might have been some kind of gluten in it. Um, the thing is, whenever I eat gluten, talked about it before in my other videos, that I break out in between my thighs, and they itch and they have these little bumps, and like it's I feel like eczema is breaking out, and I really need to cut that out completely. I've been kind of procrastinating this whole week about buying like good fruits and vegetables. I did get a chance to go get some good vegetables, but I haven't had time to prepare it. So tomorrow, in between jobs, since I'm working a double, I might just pedal to Whole Foods and bring a big bag, put some bananas in there, put some like real fruit that I can actually eat right away, and stop worrying about like, last minute, like, oh, what am I gonna eat? Oh, what's the safest thing? Oh, this and that and that. So I'm gonna leave it at that. This video's getting long. Peace, peace.